Hey there, welcome to day 20. Did you hear that correctly? Day 20 of the 30-day authenticity challenge. My name is Damio Shodi, and I love creating content, resources, curriculum, programs, whatever you need that helps transform your mind. And ultimately, I'm passionate about people living in their purpose, walking in their purpose, and living to their potential, and living a life that is uniquely made for them. That's the whole purpose of this 30-day challenge. It's to help you live in authenticity. Because I believe living in authenticity is a form of luxury. When you can live however it is that you were called to live, that is grounded in your identity, that you are intentional about, and that you've made a choice to live, that is the ultimate form of luxury. So, this is what this 30-day challenge is about. It's about helping you learn how to live in luxury in many areas of your life. We've spoken about beauty, we've spoken about fashion, travel, mindset. I mean, we've spoken about a lot of things, and you can kind of explore in these areas. How can I make them more luxurious? How can I make them more tailor made to who I actually am? So, thanks for joining for day 20. Since we're on day 20, that means we have 10 days left of this challenge. If you've been rocking with this challenge since January 1st, because that's the first day that we started, then let me know in the comments how this challenge has had an impact on you. If you've made certain changes, what have you been up to? What's been going on? I would love to hear and to know how this has been helping you. So for day 20, we're going to talk about a mindset area, a specific mindset that is honestly a form of luxury. And that is the ability to bounce back from setbacks quickly without having to fall into a pit of despair. When you're able to bounce back from, maybe you said you're going to do something, but then you didn't do it, instead of wallowing in despair because you weren't able to do it, is an opportunity to create more luxury in your life, because you have a mindset of, okay, last night I took an L and tonight I bounced back. If you know where that's from, put that in the comments. I didn't make that up. That's from somewhere. Um, but yeah, we're gonna talk about that just a little bit. And I guess I'll share a little bit about even my own like background with this, and how I have been learning to be able to not be upset with myself when I make mistakes. So before, I would say 2022 or 2023, I had a huge issue when it came to making mistakes. When I would fall off, well, let me preference this. In some areas I did, in some I did not, right? We're complex human beings. So sometimes um, I would just feel really bad that I made a mistake. I would feel embarrassed. I would feel like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? Why did I do that? Or I said I was gonna do this. Let's say I said I was gonna work out, and then I didn't work out, and then it's like on my mind all day. And I'm sure you can relate to this, right? On my mind all day. Oh, I didn't do it. Oh, I didn't work out. Oh my god. Oh my god. Right? It wasn't until I think last year, and I started my new role, that I finally was like, this really has to change, because I would be making mistakes on the job, right? And then I would feel really bad about it, and I would feel like a bit of shame on just all these different feelings. But then, like, the work still had to get done. And funny enough, people didn't really care or notice, because the mistakes that I was making was not like dire. It was just like little things. So it was just like, oh man, you did that. Oh, next time do this. Anyways, moving on. And eventually that kind of taught me, like, oh, I have to move on. I have to keep moving forward, even if I've made mistakes. So that showed up even in like my fitness journey. Sometimes I would be like, oh, I didn't work out today. Because remember, I had told you guys, like, I think for 10 months straight, I had been active in some form of capacity 3 to 4 times a week since the beginning of the year. And that also taught me a lot about not wallowing in despair, because I would be like, oh, I have this workout I'm going to do tomorrow morning. Then I would go to sleep and then maybe miss my alarm or overslept, or I'm just tired, okay? And I would feel bad, like, oh my God, I didn't do what I said I was going to do. Oh, and then the feelings start coming, and then that dread starts coming. But then I'm like, just do something else. So just do something else. I didn't work out in the morning. I could work out in the evening, but most likely I don't like working out in the evening, to be quite honest. So like I could take a walk. I could be active in a different way. So I've been learning and on the process of being able to just bounce. Like, if I make a mistake, and if you know me in real life, there's a phrase that I say, and there's a way that I say it. I say, "You win some, Anja lose some," and I love saying it just like that because the person that I heard it from says it like that. You win some, Anja lose some, and I literally say it all the time. Or I say to myself, "It is what it is. Like, we'll get him next time." And I just keep moving forward. So I just want to encourage you that living in despair because you said you're going to do something and then you didn't do it, in that moment doesn't make you a failure. And to be quite honest, I had to learn myself that when I think that way and I start going and wallowing into, oh, I'm a failure, oh, this, oh, that, it really is a waste of time, because then you could come up with a solution for that problem. So let's say your goal was to be fit, and I love using the exercise example all the time because that was so it's like my fitness journey last year taught me so many things. Let's say you weren't able to work out the time you wanted to work out. Have a contingency plan. Let's say things don't go the way you thought it would go. Have another plan of what you can do that still allows you to achieve the goal. So maybe you weren't able to make it to CrossFit in the morning time for whatever reason. Is there something else that you can do that maybe is not too stressful on the body, in the evening time? Or can you just pick another day? Can you sacrifice for another day to work out? Okay, just say this is a rest day, and then another day you can be able to work out or do something different. It really, when you start wallowing in stress and feelings of failure, I'm realizing now it is just a waste of time. You could literally be thinking of other ways to achieve your goal rather than wallowing in the fact that things didn't go the way you thought, or you made this plan. Maybe you're trying to stay on some kind of regimen, a wellness regimen, and then you haven't been doing it for the last 2 or 3 days. I always tell myself, who cares? That's why I literally tell myself, like, who cares? Like, just do it again the next day. Just try again the next day. And I feel like, and that's what kind of kept me going to be able to exercise as often as I do, and as I've done in the last year. I'm just like, I guess I'll just do it again, or to keep showing back up at my work. Like, I just do it again. And in me showing up, even if the first time, second time, third time didn't go the way I wanted to, it has trained me to be able to look at a situation and know that, okay, there's a solution, or there's something else that I can do later on. So I don't know, I just felt like today, let's just talk a little bit about that, because in our minds, sometimes we are in bondage because we have certain mindsets. And I know this to be very true for myself as well. We have certain mindsets that are like literally what they say, holding you back, or like weights. You can't spread your wings and you can't fly. I'm a peacock, captain, you gotta let me fly. If you know where that's from, put that in the comments too. But it's like, you can't allow yourself to spread your wings and fly because of the weight of a perceived failure or a perceived setback. But literally, whenever that thought comes to you, say to yourself, you win some and you lose some, and keep it moving. I'll share something with you that I have this sticky note on my computer, and anytime I would get in those feelings of, oh my goodness, like I did this, this is what I would tell myself. I would say, my mistakes are not a reflection of my ability, identity, or worth. They are that, mistakes. Mistakes are not a reflection of your ability, your work ethic, your identity, because that's another lesson that I had to learn, that just because I've made mistakes, or I set out, I'm gonna do something 3 days out of the week and I only did it 2 days out of the week, is not a reflection of my identity. All I need to do is have the right mindset, have a contingency plan, and just keep moving. Especially when it comes to fitness, all you have to do is just build the habit. It doesn't matter if you did it 15-minute exercise, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Let's say ideally you wanted to do like an hour long workout and you just can't do it. Even if it's 15 minutes, you're still accomplishing the goal. And what that's teaching you is to be able to build the consistency. You can start small to build these things out. So I know that was a little bit random. Usually I have like, point 1, point 2, point 3, but I just felt like, let's talk today. Let's discuss how we can level up our mindset so we're not living in despair when we make mistakes, because being able to move forward when we are not doing the things originally that we planned out to do, but to find a new way of doing it, is luxury. That is luxury. So I hope that this helps. I hope that this encourages you, that last night you may have taken an L, but tonight you're bouncing back. You're moving forward, and there's a way to meet the goals that you are trying to achieve. So if luxury is something that you're interested in, you're like in the concept and the way that I've been sharing about it, you want to live a more luxurious life. You want to be grounded in your identity. You want to live more intentionally. You want to be empowered to make choices that align with your identity and who you are. Then let's talk. I would love to talk with you. I would love to see how I can help you. You can send me a DM, let me know that you want to talk, and we can move forward with that, or send a comment or write me a comment, and we can talk about it. I would love to be a support system for you as you are trying to walk in who you're actually called to be. So thank you so much, and I will speak to you on day 21. And if there are any topics that you're like, hey, cover this in this 30-day authenticity challenge, let me know. I'm open to hear or help in any way possible. So speak to you on day 21.